Hey, welcome back, guys. We got the final report of any sort for the month of July. July 31st is the last day of the month, and we got a Monday market report per usual. Once coming every Sunday night or Monday. Today we are going to take a look at some of the most incredible, if not majestic, post 1900 modern graded coins that have sold here in the last week. All listings coming, of course, from Great Collections. Just by far and away one of the best auction services out there. Way better than eBay, in my humble opinion. And probably rivals some of the bigger auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers. They do consignments on a weekly basis. They're looking for a lot of new consignments. So if you got some pretty big coins that you want to sell, and you're looking to take advantage of still a really fantastic market, now might be the time, and Great Collections might be your marketplace. So go ahead and check them out, greatcollections.com. As always, every single coin graded. They could be from PCGS, NGC, Annex, you name it. The coins highlighted, of course, are all quite relevant to not only collectors and type collectors, but also investors and registry sets. Always looming large as far as how much money is being spent. So overall, we have just a really delectable amount of coins. We have a few more quarters. Some of these big chase trophy worthy type specimens did sell this week. We had just an overall really stacked lineup of our favorite denomination of coin, Lincoln cents, just pushing through this week's Monday market. And, a lot more to come. Nickels are pretty well represented, I would say, across the board. Just about every single series, short of commemoratives and some of the other weird, funky exonumia type stuff, are all seeing just incredible market movement. And, rest assured, even though we are, kind of on the tail end of the summer months, things didn't really change too much. The market continued strong. There was still a lot of desirability for collectible pieces, even during a time where most folks do take the year off. So much like what we've seen the last 4 years, summer really isn't all that reliable for the market even retracing at all. And with a recession possibly also on the horizon, people are paying close attention. And that's ultimately going to heat up the coin and PM market a little bit more. All right, so let's jump in, see what we got going on here. And thank you again for all your views and support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and the content that I give you. And how about this one right here? That's a really good cherry pick if you're able to still find these. They are still out there. We have a fresh 1990 No S proof Lincoln cent. Now, this one right here is a coin that obviously is one of the treasured finds out of proof sets. There are a number of missing mint mark coins, all of which are San Francisco minted pieces that are worth just buco bucks. They are some of the most rarest and some of the most expensive coins. If you're an avid searcher of proof sets, although admittedly I haven't been searching proof sets all too much, so me finding some of these coins are going to be a little bit tough. But if you're finding these, you have a pretty good chance at finding some of these elusive missing mint mark coins. They're all supposed to have an S mint mark, and somehow, some way, they ended up being left off of the working dies. And this particular example right here, not the most premier example. There's a few kind of spots on the obverse that obviously detract from the overall appearance of the coin for most people that want this. Still managed to pull in a Proof 68 red deep cameo designation. Beautiful coin. So with that being said, the coin does. You didn't need to see that, but spoiler alert, there's a 72 DDO up next. The coin does come with the original proof set that it was found in. So you're going to receive the proof set lens with the other 4 coins in there, including the nickel, dime, quarter, and half dollar. So this one right here ended up selling for $2,986.88. Much higher graded examples obviously sell for a lot more money, but 68s are kind of like the more readily available type of grade for this coin. Always want to keep an eye out for more to come on these missing mint mark coins. So yeah, you already saw it. I mean, no big surprise. This is a coin that sells pretty much weekly and with great results. 1972 DDO. This is also the FS 101. You can just see just the overall dramatic doubling, which is second to none on the obverse of this coin. It is probably one of the craziest top 5 double dies of the Lincoln Cent series, or probably in coinage altogether. You have really substantial doubling in Liberty, the date, and the motto, and in certain areas of Lincoln's profile, like the front of the jacket and the bow tie. So this one right here is a really fantastic NGC Mint State 67 Plus full red example. Very, very clean looking coin here. This one ended up selling for $3,730.50. Variety folks will want this. Of course, it's going to be a fantastic type piece for someone that wants something a little bit extraordinary, and an investment piece, no doubt about it. This has all the legs for that. Probably not a really good candidate to cross over to PCGS, but that's okay. This coin is by far and away one of the coolest looking examples I've seen in quite some time. Now we're continuing on this trend of just mighty, powerful varieties. The 55 DDO, of course, is the top of the heap. This is the food chain coin right here when it comes to varieties. But they don't show up in this kind of grade. This is a PCGS Mint State 64 red, also CAC green bean certified as well. This coin really needs no introduction. Just take a look at the obverse of the coin and you'll understand the power of just how pretty and how ridiculous this coin is. If you stare at it long enough, again, I've said this before, you will go blind, and it's not reversible. This coin ended up selling for $18,547.88, of course, with the grade and the price and the valuation. This is a huge trophy coin, where there are a lot more examples in that kind of XF to AU region that can be obtained for around $2,000 to $3,000. This coin right here is just really, really a big time example for any collection. Now we did talk about a zinc coated Steely last week, so we do have another one here. This time a 43S, and this one right here is a PCGS Mint State 68. It's not the top grade at all for the date and the mint mark, but these are going to be collected till the end of time for being a one-off, unique composition. Very neat, out of all the years the mint has produced these bronze Lincoln Cents, the 40, 41, 42, bam, 43. They threw out, this particular composition, of course, to ration some of the copper for the war efforts. And they only did it for 1 year. So this coin will live on in the folklore of one of the most heralded, if not, it has to be one of the top 10 coins you need in your collection, whether it's this one right here, which is just a beast of a coin, or just an example altogether. This one ended up selling for $3,862.12, and the prices will continue to stay strong on this. Now we do have a couple dates here that are quite regular in my opinion, and they're all kind of custom tailored for a registry set. So for those of you that are brand new to the registry set, PCGS and NGC both have registry sets. Anybody could participate, but really it's a compilation of some of the finest graded coins that gets put into a collection for that registry set participant. And it's all for bragging rights. The finest collection with the most amount of points gets to say, haha, see, I one-upped you because I have a 36S. That grades mint state 67 red. It's also CAC green bean. Yeah, one of those affairs. So this one ended up selling for $1,856.25. Again, this coin, don't let the mint mark fool you. It is available in mint state condition, but in the 67, this is something that's quite tough. And made for registry sets. Now 31S is a key date. All right, so this one here is a nice, just really, really nice mint state 66 red. Very, very widely collected in grades above 65. This one also has a really nice patina to it. It's not just full red, but it's got little swaths of kind of like a green, yellowish gold on the obverse there. This one sold for $2,935.12. Now, believe it or not, we're not even to the end of the Lincoln cents. We had quite a few of them this week. Here's another big one here, 1929D, a date that you don't typically find in mint state red because the coins were spent and they were manhandled to death. This was during a Great Depression age in which people just didn't really save these in high grades. This one right here ended up as a PCGS mint state 66 red. Again, more suited for a registry set. If anything else, it also has the benefit of a CAC green bean on there as well. This one tallied up enough bids to make it to $4,950. And again, just showing a lot of firepower for this particular decade of very rare mid-state coins. Again, we got another one here. Compared to the 29, this thing that doesn't look like it should be mint state, but it is. 25S and any of the mid-20s coins are quite notorious for a lot of things. Lack of luster, really horrible strikes. I mean, just look at the reverse on this one. A lot of machine doubling, a lot of die deterioration, just a lot of everything that you really don't want on a coin. However, there's no disputing. When you come across one that shows a modicum of any sort of mint state anything on it, it's going to be a hot coin. All right, and this one right here just so happens to be a 64 red, which I can tell you is quite tough. It's also CAC certified, but if you're able to find any of these in a mint state brown with really nice colors, a mint state red brown, I mean, you're talking about coins that are going to be highly pursued in any capacity if they hit the marketplace. Now, this one right here sold for a really small, middling kind of money of $15,175.12. As you would expect, that is kind of like the going rate for any mid-state red example of these mid-30s, mid-20s rather, San Francisco Lincolns. And the last cent for the week is going to be just a really big, stunning coin here. 1922 No D. This is what they call the plain No D mint mark coin. All of the 1922s were indeed produced at the Denver Mint. All right, so there were a number of examples where the D is missing or it's weak. I guess some fill dies at that point is really what contributed to this anomaly even showing up. But you ask any Lincoln cent collector, how important is the 1922 plain no mint mark key date? And they're all going to tell you. I would say about 95% of them will tell you it's very important. We need it. We need it for a collection. We need it for a Lincoln cent. Just total completionist type of project. This one right here, though, is kind of a grade that probably comes up onto the marketplace once every 12 to 18 months. That's how scarce it is. Oftentimes you'll find 22 planes in about uncirculated, and those things are just like wildly expensive. This one is a mid-state 64 brown. It's even got some pretty nice toning, kind of like the magenta kind of highlights in certain areas on both sides of the coin. This one also has the strong reverse. One of 4 specific die pairings. And this one has it all together here. That ended up selling for $42,301. at 12 cents. Like I had mentioned in the thumbnail or the title, collectors pay absolutely dearly to own this example of coin here in Mint State. And it really doesn't matter what color designation it is. If it's straight grades through one of the top 2 or 3 coin grading companies, you have just a really obscene, expensive coin on your hands. And then when it gets onto a really premier auction site like Great Collections or Heritage, gangway, it's going to command all the attention you want, and it's going to be oftentimes life-changing money is what we're dealing with. All right, now finally we get to the nickels. We kind of speed it up a little bit because the pennies were just absolutely ridiculous this week. Here's one I've talked about here recently. Here's another 43/2 overdate on a silver wartime nickel. This is a Philadelphia Struck example. This one grades out PCGS Mint State 66 with full steps. Beautiful, very lustrous coin. This one ended up selling for $2,025. Again, a very important variety for the series in general. And then when they come out looking this nice, they are going to be bid up quite extensively. Now, I would say probably one of the smoothest toned coins of the week has to be this 1940D. This is a very well struck specimen, very high graded, very clean, very immaculate PCGS Mint State 68 full stepper. Is where this one ended up landing, and make no mistake, this has got registry set written all over it. So for those of you that are looking to invest in just any sort of decent looking coin, I would probably steer clear of this one because the registry set crowd has this one figured out. This one sold for $6,530.62. A number that oftentimes that doesn't really make sense to a lot of people, especially folks who are brand new to the nickel scene. The full steps and the toning, the original appeal of it, really push this one into the next level. All right, we do have a couple Buffalo nickels. I mean, we got to talk about one of the most widely held and saved dates in Mint State condition. We have a 1938 D over S. One of the overall very nicest looking varieties, very accessible to folks that want to cherry pick this. However, the grade does matter. PCGS Mint State 67 Plus is no slouch of a grade. Also CAC certified. I'm happy to say that this one ended up selling for $399.75. But even most grades going all the way to like maybe Mint State 64, very, very valuable variety. Now, there are a few very tough dates this week. Again, we're highlighting some really amazing keys. Here's a 23S. We've seen one of these here in the last maybe month or two. This one is a Mint State 65 Plus through PCGS. It's also got a CAC green on there as well. Yeah, I mean, no big surprise. The coin lacks a lot of the traditional luster that you would expect for a really nice Mint State coin. This one ended up selling for $9,906.75. But the big one of the week has to be this 1918. The Philadelphia minted coins of the teens, yeah, they can be a little bit tricky, and if they happen to achieve quite the amazing graded score, then, it's going to be an amazing score for the Buffalo nickel enthusiast and possibly a registry set person. This one right here is a Mint State 67. Just an absolutely beaming looking example. It's a cat green bean as well. Sold for $19,188 as the final sale. And quite surprising considering that there were a few very nice key Buffaloes of the 20s. This one took home the golden trophy. So, it's got all of what you want for this particular date or the series. Now, I did mention that we did have one other missing mint mark coin on the list. It's going to be this 1970 Rosie right here. I mean, oh, man, nobody really pays attention to Roosevelt dimes, right? Well, you might want to pay attention now. because there is a missing mint mark, 1970, probably the least valuable out of the few that do exist. Now, the company that it keeps, they expect quite the fortune. The 68 NOS, which is also a proof, sells for tens of thousands of dollars. And then do I have to talk about the 75 NOS? Yeah, that could buy you a new home even in this economy. But this one right here, always a good one to look out for. This is like easy peasy money. I've never found a 70 NOS. I've what was a 90 Jefferson Nickel NOS. I found one back in like 2004, somewhere around there. In a proof set when I was still living in Florida, and people are still finding these NOS coins all over the place. So don't give up the search. There's still a lot of unsearched through proof and mint sets where you can take advantage of some pretty monumental mint mistakes. Proof 69 cameos where this one landed out grade-wise through NGC. And this one sold for $1,306.25. Just a really good kind of like entry-level, monster that you could find in those coins. Now, the Mercury dime's impressed. Now, we didn't have like, some super crazy, insane kind of like 1940s coins, but 30 AD is about as close as we could get. We could see why this one landed on here. The coloring is really nice. PCGS Mint State 67 full bands. It's got the nice heavy strike on the reverse. Just a really nice stunner with all the originality that you want of a coin of this caliber. This one sold for $2,694.38. And this is the first time that I've talked about one of these. So I would speculate, because it's not in the Cherry Picker's Guide. But we've been waiting for this brand new edition to come out that shows all of the larger denominations. I would expect that this one would be in there because it does have an FS number. It's a FS 101 double die obverse, 1919 Philadelphia. All right, beautiful double die obverse. Check out the doubling in the motto, "In God We Trust." How this one ended up not being found for decades is beyond me. This thing was found, I believe, about 10, 12 years ago. Upon its discovery, these things, the variety itself was so guarded and secretive among folks in the variety community, especially on, I'm not going to name a specific forum page where this was talked about, and it was kind of like pledged that, hey, we're not going to let all the news let out about this coin up until we're able to cherry pick all of the coins out there. But I believe there aren't too many, if any, mint-state examples of this variety out there. So, yeah, you guys might be doing a little hunting, because this coin right here is incredibly rare in all grades across the board, and the money matches as well. This one sold for $23,062.50. If the money doesn't scare you, not looking through these at all and just letting the opportunity pass you by would probably scare you even more. All right, we're going to finish it off on a number of quarters here. How about a 64 with just, by far and away, some of the coolest looking toning. We have very nice nebulous toning on the obverse of this coin. This is a beautiful 64, but it's a 64. Some will say, well, even with the toning, they can't be worth that much, right? Well, it's a very rare date, too, in these high registry set caliber grades. This is a 67 plus CAC green bean through PCGS as well. This one sold for $3,375. And we also have a 54 here, again, mostly here because of the toning. It's not particularly a date where it's rare to find high-grade specimens, although, 67 plus is kind of like the lower limit of where you want this coin to fall under for it to be worth anything. CAC green bean. This one sold for $1,293.75. Again, the same coin, probably a mid-state 67, be worth about maybe $500-600. That's kind of like the drop off there from one grade to a half a point higher. And we also have a 34. As you guys know, there are 3 different motto types. This is the medium motto. It's got a really nice swath of just general, very yellowish gold tone across both sides of the coin. This is a mid-state 68. Oh my goodness. Through NGC. Beautiful coin. This one is sold for $3,318.75. And then we got a few Standing Liberty quarters. Again, the Standing Liberty quarters have been very, very, very well represented here in the last week or two. Mostly in part because a pretty big collection did sell. All right. So we have, I don't know if this is the tail end, but we're going to talk about a few more here. How about 1930p Standing Liberty quarter that grades out PCGS Mid-State 67 plus full head. CAC certified. This is a very nice coin, very blast white. Looks like it came out of a fresh mint roll. This one sold for $14,063.62. And then finally, we're going to end it off on this beast right here. 26D is a pretty tough date. You know, it's not quite a 23S or a 26S, you know, but 26D is a good one. This is a former Simpson piece, Simpson collection. PCGS Mid-State 66 plus full head example here. CAC certified, and this is going to go to a really, really nice home. This one right here sold for a staggering sum of cash at $88,875. Yeah, I'd say this is top of the mark here for the week. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As always, Coinaholics, love you guys. Thank you all for all the views and support. I'm also on TikTok at Blue Ridge Silverhound. So just to let you guys know, we will be in attendance for a live stream tomorrow night at the Live Coin Q&A channel. I will be there, along with a few of our other panel mates, to discuss some pretty nice coins that have come across our email. All right, but that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. For catching this on Sunday, hopefully you guys relax. And for you folks catching it on a Monday, make sure you don't work too hard, all right? Enjoy a little bit of the finer stuff like coins and vacationing for your summertime and all the great stuff. But that's going to go ahead and do it. I will see you guys next time. And yeah, you guys take care. So long.